My name is Dyal Bagri, and I'm president of Indian Workers Association, Great Britain. It is a pleasure to be with you on this special day, May Day. We are celebrating May Day in very difficult circumstances. Our thoughts are with the families and loved ones who died in this crisis. We pay tribute to our fellow key workers who are risking their lives so that we survive. Across our front line, there are huge members of BAME community, nurses, doctors, bus drivers, and other black and white workers who are risking their lives so that we live. The question now is, when we emerge from this crisis, will the politics of cuts, precarious employment, low wages, and privatization be left behind? Many people, including on the right and center, are saying so. I think there is a strong possibility the crisis creates a new chance to contest the consensus, but it isn't automatic. The umpire will try to strike back. Instead, and under a Labour government, we joined the US in mad military wars and reinstitute of torture and left the Palestinians in a worse situation. The 2008 financial crisis really profoundly shook the economic system. The banks were only stabilized by huge bailouts and nationalization. There were widespread protests and talk of new politics. Instead, we ended up making ordinary people pay for the bailout through a decade of austerity. The coronavirus crisis is certainly opening up new possibilities of change, but we will have to be prepared to fight for it. The virus shows that capitalism cannot work without huge help from the state. It shows that all kinds of ways that ordinary people were made to pay for the 2008 crisis have made us weaker. The virus is relentlessly exposing the dangers of weak healthcare and social services, precarious work, phony self-employment, low pay, and handing over millions of people's housing to private landlords. Important people in the establishment are worried about this. They have issued a note to investors warning that conventional capitalism is dying and the world is headed for something that will be closer to version of communism. According to some analysts, this transition will be marked by cross currents and external shocks. The possibility for change out of the viral crisis is certainly there. If their tide seems nervous, our side should take heart. But you don't win anything without fighting. The right will certainly fight back. When we come out of the crisis, there is also going to be a big push about us having to pay the debts and return to normal. There will be a big effort to argue that some public services or wages need to be cut to pay for the virus rescue missions. We need to make sure that the state must invest in the people, the employers and landlords must bear costs, not push them onto workers and tenants. Tax should be raised on the rich, not the poor, or fought for and maintained. We should also be very wary of the distraction techniques that will be used to try and claw back the right-wing consensus. When the system is under threat, its hangers-on lash out. There will be much trying to blame the public being idiots and not following the not following the government advice, or simple racism, trying to blame the Chinese for dirty habits, and so on. The current government was elected on a wave of classist propaganda supported by crawlers, liars, turncoats, and our enemies within. We might have a chance to press for a better world, but none of those people have gone away. And all of them are going to be very active, trying to return to the old world, broken world. Socialism is the alternative. Workers of the world unite. Thank you very much again. It was a pleasure to join you all on this occasion. Thank you again.